Hari Om and Namaste. Welcome to Standard 7, Chapter number 1, Sources of History. Aim: to learn the sources of medieval history of India, to classify the sources of history, to learn the importance of the sources in writing history. What is history? History is a chronological, scientific, and systematic account of past events. Four factors are very important from the viewpoint of history. They are individuals, society, place, and time. Indian historians divided Indian history into three periods. They are ancient, medieval, and modern. We studied ancient Indian history last year. This year, we are going to study the medieval period of Indian history. The period from the 9th century AD till the end of the 18th century AD is considered to be the medieval period of Indian history. History must be based on authentic evidence or proofs. These proofs are known as the sources of history. We have to consider many factors related to the historical event that we want to study. It is necessary to support our study with historical sources. These sources have to be verified. We have to see whether they are authentic or not. It is also necessary to use these sources only after a critical analysis. Historical sources are the foundation to understand a particular era back in time. They help us to gain knowledge about important events, inventions, cultures, civilization, and many other aspects about society. Historical sources serve as an evidence in the construction of history. These sources are classified into material sources, written sources, and oral sources. Material sources. Material sources includes forts, cave sculptures, buildings, monuments, memorials, coins, copperplate inscriptions, and inscriptions. Forts. Forts have an important place among material sources. Some major types of forts are hill fort, forest fort, sea fort, and forts on the plains. Monuments. Monuments include samadhis, graves, and Veer-gala. Buildings. Buildings include palaces, ministerial mansions, queen's quarters, and house of a common people. Looking at them, we come to know about the development of architecture, the economic conditions, the quality of art, style of the building construction, and people's standard of living in that particular period. Can you tell? How do coins narrate history?
There are many ways in which coins can narrate history and can be used as a historical sources. One is their distribution. If you find ancient Roman coins in a certain part of India, for example, you know that there were trade networks, maybe direct, maybe indirect, between the Roman Empire and that part of India at a particular time in history, even though there may be no written records of that trade. The designs on coins can also tell us about the economical, religious, and political beliefs of a particular civilization, or at least the beliefs of those in charge of the government. For example, many ancient coins show a picture of the current king or emperor, but some of them just show him as a normal human, while others depict him as a god.
Coins. From the coins, we learn about the rulers, their period, governance, religious ideas, personal details, etc. Similarly, we also learn about the financial transactions and economic conditions prevailing at that time. We also see how far metallurgy had advanced in that period. Let's learn. Since ancient times, coins like kaudi, damdi, dhela, pai, paisa, ana and rupee were used. Some local idioms or proverbs are based on coins. For example, एक फुट की कौड़ी देणार नाही. Here, फुट की कौड़ी means the lowest bit of money. 16 ana sach means 100% true. From the images of Ram Sita on the coins of Emperor Akbar or images of Shiv Parvati on the coins of Hyder Ali, we see the religious coordination of those days. The Peshwas used the Arabic or Persian language on their coins. This throws light on the use of language in that period. Inscription. An inscription is a carving on a stone or a wall. For example, the inscriptions found in Brihadeshwara temple premises in Tanjavur, many inscriptions of the period of Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, Chola and Yadav kings have also been found. An inscription is considered to be a very important and reliable source of history. It helps us to understand features like the language, script, social life of a period. Inscriptions carved on sheets of copper are known as copper plates. Royal edicts, verdicts, etc. are inscribed on copper plates. Do you know? Chaityas, viharas, temples, churches, mosques, aviaries, dargahs, maqbaras, gurudwara and monument are included in the material sources of history. Recap. The major pillars of history are time, place, individuals and society. There are 4 types of forts. They are hill forts, forest forts, sea forts and forts on the plains. From the coins, we learn about the rulers, their period, governance, religious ideas, personal details, etc. The images of Ram Sita on the coins of Emperor Akbar or Shiv Parvati on the coins of Hyder Ali shows the religious coordination of those days. The period from the 9th century CE till the end of the 18th century CE is considered to be the medieval period of Indian history. Material sources include memorials, buildings, forts, copper plates, coins, inscriptions, cave sculptures, etc. From the coins, we learn about the rulers, their governance, religious ideas, personal details, economic conditions, etc. An inscription helps us to understand features like the language, script, and social life of a period. Thank you.